Hey, what's up everybody? Roy from the Tea Garden Historical Society. Of course, we got Jesse behind the camera. Yeah, and just want to give a big thank you to everybody who's been reaching out to us and supporting us with our new Historical Society. Make sure to keep an eye on all of our social media sites. We're making posts every day about the history of Tea Garden. Yeah, and so the Hanover Township Historical Society has been building up their United Soccer exhibit, their information, and we've been receiving some donations here at the Tea Garden Historical Society, so we thought we'd make a donation of our own. Yeah. So the first thing we have here is about 120 pages about the initial proposal to have soccer put in at United, plus tons of copies of pictures of players, all kinds of news articles. Super awesome information. This should definitely add to their wealth of information they have down there. And we also have a bunch of jerseys and some shirts. So we've been digging through totes, we've been looking through some storage stuff recently. Yeah, and so myself and my two brothers all played soccer at United in the 90s, and we all went on to play college soccer. Even Nathan went on to play some European soccer, super awesome. And of course, the Hensroth family played a huge role in getting United Soccer put in down there, along with the Owens family, the Snelzer family, the Kloll family, and plenty of others. So we've been digging through all kinds of storage, looking through our totes, and we came across a few items we're going to donate down there. So let's start with the first shirt. So the first item we have here is a 1998 Senior All-Star Game shirt, probably worn by our brother Nate or somebody in his grade. You see like number 23 there. So of course every year they would have these Senior All-Star Games, and players from United would typically go to these games. Super awesome. So there's the first shirt. And the second item we have here, if my memory serves right, this might be the first jersey that United had as a high school team. This one here, number 16. Of course, when I started playing on the varsity team as a freshman, that's the number I wore. So number 16 right there is probably a jersey I wore for a while. Out of all the jerseys throughout the 90s there at United Soccer, this is probably my favorite. Classic jersey right there. All right, the next item we have here that's going to be donated to the Hanover Township Historical Society is the sporting event t-shirt. Super awesome. This is a game-worn shirt here. Probably a traveling team we played on when we were younger, sponsored by the sporting event. Super awesome. If anybody played soccer at that time back then, you probably recognize this shirt. Classic shirt right there. All right, thanks again for watching so far. Yeah, we're partway through our donation we're going to make right there to the Hanover Township Historical Society. They're building up their United Soccer exhibit, so we thought we'd add to it. Of course, we have tons of this stuff. We're digging through totes, looking for more information here. But this next item here is a t-shirt from the first annual alumni game held right down there at United High School. We played in that game. And luckily, we were still in shape then. We were still playing in college at that point. Can't remember how the game turned out, but if anybody remembers, yeah, chime in there. I can't remember who won, the current team or the old guys, who knows. All right, the next item we have here is a windbreaker from the 1999 district final game. Of course, we came in runner-up, United. That was the furthest I think we ever went during the 4 years we played at United. I remember that game, super awesome, great experience. But yeah, another great item to add to the donation down there. All right, another awesome item we have here is a jacket here from Shawnee State University. Of course, myself, my brother Jesse, and Ryan Owen were the first 3 players to graduate from United and go on to play at Shawnee State University. After that, maybe another 5 or 10 people, not exactly sure, but a huge connection between Shawnee State University and United Local. And if anybody knows anybody else that went to Shawnee State from United, feel free to chime in there, let us know. All right, our next item here is the first of 2 referee shirts we're going to donate. This one here, worn by our father, Bill Hensroth. Maybe even ourselves. Even when we were younger, we did referee quite a bit. In the summertime, that was a great way to make some money back then. Just go referee soccer games, as long as you could put up with the parents, of course. All right, our last piece of clothing here that we're going to donate to the Hanover Township Historical Society is the second of 2 referee jerseys. This one a pretty recognizable one for the time. Back in the 90s, a pretty common referee jersey right there. Again, probably worn by our dad or somebody here. One of our friends. We used to referee tons and tons of soccer tournaments on the weekends. But of course, to go along with the referee jerseys, we do have a variety of patches. I don't know if we have every single year there. We're looking at 1995. 96, 98, and 2000. So I don't know how well the Velcro is working here today, but yep, that would go right on there. You'd have your official patch right there. You could go referee a game. Super awesome. And our last little item here is a patch here from the district finalist 1999. United came in runner-up there. Super awesome. Yeah, so that's our little collection there. We're going to have that taken down to the Hanover Township Historical Society. Make sure everybody checks out their site, find out when they meet, go down there and go through some of this information. You want to learn the history of the origins of United soccer. We have all kinds of information there, plus they have tons of stuff down there. And keep an eye on the Tea Garden Historical Society's social media sites. We're making posts every day. Again, we appreciate all the support, everybody. Rock on.